fucked up. It's a really terrible cycle and system that we have going on.
Yeah. Just woke up.
Just to be clear, YouTube, this is the CDC's data. So this is the cumulative, just general average, okay, of increased excess deaths. And here, that's 6%. That's a 6% here at the top. Okay, now it goes state by state. So as we scroll down here, this is the excess deaths in Alabama. That's, and look at these studies, 24% in Arizona increase. 13% Jeez. Arkansas excess deaths, or 7% as of last week. Look at this one. 14% in California. And then you get some weird ones like in Colorado down 7%, Connecticut down. So then that weights the average down. So when at the beginning we showed you that 6%, but then look at these increases all across these states. Delaware, massive increases, right? The District of Columbia, oddly, really, really down for some reason this past week. And then Florida up. All of these states up, 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 up. And in the UK, so let's talk about the UK, a stunning bit of news, a new data since we last reported this. Here's the Telegraph. This Telegraph story is really...
I think the states where where it's going down, that would be where I would focus. I would want to know more about that. And then
what's
did
happening
these people
in those states?
Right. What's happening in those states? Did these people take the jab? Did these people, are they stressing out? How much is food cost there? That's the kind of stuff I'd want to know. What about the drugs and all of that? What's going on in those states?
Well, and that's definitely should be a focal point, because I mean, those numbers, just like we're looking at the chart of the deaths, yeah, let's see what's different about those states than some of the others. What's the actual levels? Just like all those things that you just mentioned. So
yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah,
because
I mean, if we're really trying to resolve, if we're really trying to fix the problem, we're trying to resolve it. If this is just talking points, something to just talk about, oh well, I guess it don't matter. But if we really trying to resolve problems, yeah, we need to take it a little bit further than what we're doing.
Yeah, let me play
opening, and you should all read it. It's unfortunately it's a subscription service. I hate that I have to pay for some of these big publications like this.
I know. That's what I was just saying earlier. That headline says rising non-COVID excess deaths reveal the disastrous legacy of the pandemic.
Huh.
But I do, because sometimes we feature them here on the show and it's important for us to do it, and I pay for it so you don't have to. So I'll kind of go through what this Telegraph story says. Rising non-COVID excess deaths reveal the disastrous legacy of the pandemic. And it says, when Britain first locked down in March 23, 2020, the average daily death rate from COVID was around 213, triggering understandable alarm and the ushering in of strict restrictions. Now, a similar number of unexpected deaths are occurring each day, the majority of which are not primarily caused by coronavirus. Now, I'm quoting this Telegraph piece. Yet there is largely silence from the government and health service, it says. Data from the Office of National Statistics, ONS, shows that in the past 6 months, there have been more excess deaths from causes other than COVID than deaths due to coronavirus for the entire year. So what is it then? Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, and that in that first sentence too, it's saying, Philip, if you can pull that document back up so that I can read that first sentence.
Now a similar.
It says.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, the first one where it says the average daily death rate from COVID was around 213. Now we don't know. They're saying from COVID, but we've shown with the Freedom of Information Act that it was with COVID. So I wonder if that number is the accurate number of from or with.
Yeah, this is the question, right? So the report goes on. Data from the Office of.
Yeah. So, did they actually
these
catch
some smart
the virus?
guys? I want, like, I don't know if they'll ever watch us, but I really appreciate their, like, this is journalism, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had 30,000 people watching. Like, they were obviously doing something right, but I'm hearing them myself. Like,
I just discovered this channel recently. The channel is called Redacted.
all right, I'm gonna have to
1.41
look.
million
I'm gonna have to look
subscribers.
them up because I haven't. This is my first time seeing these guys. You know, but
Yeah. Yeah, so like you said, the language is important. So it's like, did those people who died, did they die from having the coronavirus, or was it some
or did they
other
die with it?
related?
Because like I said, did they die from symptoms of it, or did they die with COVID? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole, like, that's the part of the difference, because yeah, you can have, I guess, some symptoms, but doesn't necessarily mean that you
That's what
had.
killed you.
Yeah.
You died of something else while you had COVID, and then they register it as a COVID death.
No. Listen, like, even deeper than that. Not that you even had COVID, you had relatable symptoms, like stuff that's related to
Yeah,
COVID, and doesn't necessarily mean you had COVID, but you have some because there's some symptoms that you can get from it that you can get from other things as well. But just because you had the symptoms doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it was that was, like you said, that caused it. There could be other things that's there, because
like the
I
flu,
mean, I know people
a
who,
cold,
huh?
like the flu, or just having a cold. You know,
Yeah. What's the other one? That's, it's much, I guess, much more serious than
pneumonia.
when you pneumonia. Yeah. Like, I mean, those are all, like, very similar in, with the same types of symptoms.
Yep. So which was it? That's a good
Yeah.
question. Let me play some more.
Of National Statistics, the ONS, shows that in the past 6 months, there have been more excess deaths from causes other than COVID than deaths due to coronavirus for the entire year. Figures reveal there were 18,394 deaths due to COVID recorded this year in England and Wales. But since May, there have been 23,195 excess deaths where the primary cause was another condition. Some of those people did die with a coronavirus infection, but it was not the main reason for the death. Unbelievable.
Well, and when he
The
said
excess deaths in the UK. Take a look.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I said when because I a lot of times I automatically think about the U.S., but because I don't really know what the regulations were on how they reported it, because there were strict ways to report certain things here that may not have existed in the UK, in Wales, Australia, like all these other places that's heavily affected. Well, I guess as well. But I know here there's certain things it didn't. If they came in with a cough, or if they hadn't even been tested, but if they die while they're there, they were like, they would put them as a COVID or a respirator death to get paid more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and there's a lot of stuff that happens. So I mean, there's some stuff that we're gonna have to really take with a grain of salt, and at least make sure we list that as factors, because there's a lot of things that we're not gonna come to get to the bottom of, especially here. Like I said, I don't know the difference between the regulations, what the rules were for the doctors there compared to what they were here, so that we can have a true understanding of what happened. But I think that's something that we have to weigh out as well.
Let me read some. People should be mad. This should be big news. Everybody should be angry and upset and asking questions like, "What the f? Can y'all please explain this?"
Especially the ones that trusted them, because I mean, you know what? Like, they should be like, they could be like, "Screw you!" Like, they could tell me, "Man, screw you!" Like, did you take it? All right, well, shut the hell up. But I'm angry because a lot of my family trusted them, and went and did what they thought was right for themselves and others.
and they were pressured too to lose their
That's
job.
what,
They said
that all of that.
like you killing other people by not doing this. Like you're being you're not being a good citizen.
Yeah.
You're
No,
being
I mean,
selfish.
bro, I look. Me and some of my family are not. Don't even talk right now because of that.
Let me read some comments.
People that's really close to me that I love, like, and I know they love me, but because of that, like, they just like, I'm too radical.
Let
But
me read
I'm
some
sorry. Yeah.
comments. It says, never underestimate the evilness of our government. Another comment, it says, my husband and children and I said no. He lost his job but got another one. We lost our belongings and was homeless a month, but we are still here and have a roof over our head for the winter. We will keep fighting regardless of the consequences. We know what this shot is.
Man, that's a strong woman right there. It's like, look, she's sticking it out with her man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, all these things might happen, but in this physical world, all these things that some of us put, so much, strength in. I mean, look, having those people over, those close ones in your life, it matters more. So, and to me, that's showing real faith in God.
I agree.
That's an example of true faith.
I agree with that. Let me read some more. It says, this is so-called pandemic woke me up. I used to worship one particular political party, and now I see the truth. The hypocrisy, the manipulation is very trouble. I now honor being a free and critical thinker. I hope this woke up a lot of people. Let me read some more. It says, as an ER nurse, I used to not ever be alarmed of a person under 35 checking in with chest pain. Based on scientific data of statistics, they would not be a true cardiac patient. Now we consider any age with chest pain checking in as a possible cardiac patient. Insane to think about this.
Yeah, man, it's sad, bro.
I'm telling you, because you got young people getting heart attacks and dying.
Yeah, and I mean, and we're not talking about somebody 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And, no, we're talking about people who are would be great examples of good health.
Let me read some more. It's normally, under normal circumstances. Let me read some more. It says, I feel sorry for the innocent children being forced to take the vax, but most of their parents are also responsible for it. Some people are naive. Another comment, it says, I had a friend who was scared of getting COVID, so he stayed home, avoiding people, friends, and family, got both of the jabs, and 2 months later dropped dead from cardiac arrest. Another comment, it says, down here in NZ, what is NZ? I don't know what that is. Down here in NZ, over 90% of us are double jabbed. I am one who is not. We unvaccinated are ridiculed, and oh, how things will change. Great work again, guys.
For real.
Let me read another one. It says,
because I'm gonna tell you, some of the people that was barking at me like friends that just I had somebody that they end up apologizing to me, but I have a friend that was talking about how ridiculous I am and how much I'm risking my child and this, that, and the other, because my son's mother took it, but I because of what I said, he cannot. So it's I was I'm the bad guy, and if something happens to him, then I got to live with that. So I done got ridiculed in all kinds of ways because I wouldn't take it nor let my son take it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, now it's real quiet. Really, really quiet.
Let me read some more. It says, people would rather double down on the lie than admit that they were wrong. Simple as that.
Yep.
The Russell Brand video. He's got. Oh, they're talking about the Ukraine. Let me read another comment. It says, "I'm starting to believe that no matter how dangerous this thing turns out to be, they will still try to mandate it. I'm convinced that there's a sinister scheme going on."
Yeah. Just woke up.
Didn't even cut the lemons. You don't own the pitcher. You don't own the house.
Oh yeah, this is the point I wanted to cover. Let me take it back.